In the midst of a large city stood a tall diamond statue. Beneath it was an inscription that no one could read. They called upon a scientist from the capital to decipher it. In this city, there lived a young man who was fond of a certain girl. He began proposing marriage to her. She hesitated for a long time, but eventually said, "I will marry you if, at midnight, you go to the square by the diamond statue and put a ring on its finger." And she handed him a ring. The young man thought, why not give it a try? It's always bright there, and there are many people. But how will I climb the smooth statue? He went. When he arrived, it was dark, and there was no one around. Yet the statue was glowing strangely. He approached closer when suddenly the statue's hand descended towards him and opened its palm. The young man placed the ring on its hand, and it closed into a fist, leaving the young man to flee in a daze. The next morning, the girl changed her anger to mercy and said, "Today, the wedding will take place." The guests gathered, the bride sat waiting, but the groom was nowhere to be found. They asked the father, "Where is he?" The father replied, "In his room, sorting something out." They went to his room, knocking and knocking, but there was no response. They broke down the door and found the groom lying on the floor near an open window, with the ring embedded in his forehead. The guests searched for the bride, but she had disappeared. The guests dispersed, leaving only the father beside his son's lifeless body. By morning, they found him dead as well, with the ring embedded in his forehead. When they performed an autopsy on both bodies, they found ink instead of blood. Since then, people began to disappear in the city, all meeting the same fate. Then, a scientist arrived in the city. He came to the square, read the inscription on the statue, and said, "This statue craves blood, that's what it says." The townspeople attempted to destroy the statue, but they couldn't as it was made of diamond. Therefore, the people abandoned the city. And since then, anyone who accidentally wandered there never returned.